Samhain, written and read by Julian Kern. It was the eve of Halloween, when most young people would dress up and go trick-or-treating around their neighborhood. But not the Seamus twins. They had other plans. They would spend the night at Oakwood Mills, a desolate ruin of a building with a fearsome reputation. Nobody went there. Too many locals still remembered the horrific events of 30 years before, the brutal, savage murder of Miller John and his daughter Meg. The murderer was a young man whose advances had been rejected by Meg, and that night the slighted lover had gone to the mill and killed her and her father in a frenzy of lust, blood, and slaughter. The police had found him hanging in chains from a rafter. "It'll be a great crack," said Finian. "Sure, wait till we tell him at the college. Let's get some pictures," replied Declan, his brother. That night they rode their bikes through the gloom to the old mill and entered through the broken door, their torches revealing a room bestrewn with dust and cobwebs. They snapped a few shots on their phone before settling down with a couple of beers to wait for midnight. How unaware they were of what fate had in store for them. To them it was a joke, not a house of terror. As the hour moved to 12, they turned to each other with a cheer and a smile, but their impish grins froze as they heard a loud bump, followed by creaking and the sound of chains. From around the corner came a sight that had the siblings shaking with fright. Caught in their torchlight was a young man in tattered clothes, his neck stretched and distorted. In his hand he carried a large axe, and with a deadly scream he charged at the boys, striking their legs and chopping their heads. When the boys failed to return, their friends showed the police an Instagram from inside the old mill, with the twins pretending to be zombies. They found their bloody remains, but of an axe-bearing murderer there was no sign.